Hello, all. I want to give a big shout out to all you guys that have been hanging out over the past couple of days on the stream. We just had an 11-hour stream. And not too far after this video, we'll be right back at it. We're playing the campaign of the Avengers, Marvel's Avengers game on Brutal. And man, it's been brutal. It's tough. So yeah, come by, of course, and hang out and stream. We have a lot of fun. And if you want to see me rage your video games. All right, I want to talk about this. It's really amazing how the virus is even still being a thing that we're discussing in terms of lockdowns, right? Obviously, you know, the CDC had come out and they said only 6% of people had actually only COVID-19 listed on their, when it comes to the attributing to their death. But all of this really goes to show how much people will tolerate and put up with in the event that they're scared. How much they'll trust politicians who don't even take their own damn advice. And that's really the topic of today's video, is this right here. So as you can see, it says that this is a post by Young Americans for Liberty. Ironically enough, Young Americans for Liberty had an event that I, as well as Kane, the Big Red Machine, aka Glenn Jacobs, or maybe it's the other way around, we were going to be having this event and it got shut down because, of course, virus, right? You've seen all of these guys, these politicians, start doing things that they say that you cannot do. Recently, this is the one that showed up, was the Pelosi, and where she's just all confused about this idea that, oh, I didn't know it was wrong for me to go to San Francisco and get, my hair did, knowing that these places cannot stay open. She can do it, basically. She can get her hair did, but you can't get yours. And, of course, the people that work in these salons are just going to have to deal with it. And what they did was they documented all these different instances where you had mayors and other politicians of that nature going out of their way to basically say, you know what, the rules are for y'all. They ain't for us. So we get to do what we lecture you all day long. And I think people should have saw that if not anything else, how rigged the game was when the, unfortunate events of George Floyd's popped off, and then you went into the next month of just protesting, and all that stuff was greenlit by these politicians, of course, and then it was greenlit by even people that are working in the medical industry after they had been lecturing you about social distancing. I think it's safe to say that this is not about the virus anymore. They've moved the goalposts, I don't know, 100 times, slow to spread. Now we go to wait till a vaccine, and now it's just who knows what the actual end game is or what we're supposed to be. What's the metric that we're looking for when people decide that, when the leaders decide that it's okay for you guys to go and do whatever it is that you were doing before, including trying to get your livelihoods back on track. Man, all these statistics coming out of like decent percentages, man, of these small businesses that are closing down for good. And they're just laughing at this, man, while they get to go do all of these other things. It's just it's baffling how this is still allowed to happen. And people are allowing it to happen. But it does go to show that when you put fear in people, when you scare people, how much they will put up with, how much tyranny they will allow, how much inconsistency they will allow to happen, to exist, as people's livelihoods get derailed over this. And it was obviously overblown. And it's still, the fact that it's still a thing is amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing. Was it mayor? Was it governor? Was it who, Ted Wheeler? What? Who ended up? What did he do? He said something about like he's moving or something like that, because of course he has the means to do that. As these protests get to closer to his home, right? So he gets to do that. I believe Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot did something of that nature, where she had all of these paid, all security officers and stuff protecting her block. as she can do that, right? She can spend the funds and protect her people and her folks, hers. But of course, if you do that, and definitely in that same capacity, it would be considered illegal. Look, guys, I don't care, and this ain't about me being right or anything. Sure, yes, I've been calling this stuff out since March. Yes, I have. Don't make that mistake that actually happened. Nonetheless, it ain't about me being right. It's about me wanting you guys to see what the hell is going on. This is the dogs in the background rolling on the ground. This is not about just the virus anymore. I don't see how any rational person can say this. Something's going on. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it at that.